Okay, peace and blessings, glory to the eternal living God. Family, I gotta go ahead and just jump into this topic because I only got a small break. Now, it was disturbing. It was disturbing of me to look at the news the other day, and I'm gonna play the video in the back. I probably don't play the full entirety of the video. I just want you to get the gist. But I was watching the news, and it said that Donald Trump in the Oval Room in the White House, he took down a picture and hung up Ronald Reagan. Now, that's significant to me because I know what Ronald Reagan stands for. And for Trump to hang that picture of Ronald Reagan, that's a declaration of war to me. So I just want my people to be aware. You know what I'm saying? What did President Reagan was infamous for? The war on drugs. And how did that affect the black community? Mass incarcerations. He was locking people up left and right. You know what I'm saying? He was locking people left and right, and that calls for the fathers. That was an attack on the nuclear family. So because there was a lot of men that were arrested on bogus trumped up charges over some marijuana or what call you. But and at that same time, you had white people on the other side of the town, and they was sniffing cocaine. But then your people, we was doing that rock. You know what I'm saying? They was doing that rock. It was the same drug, but it was a different sentence. I think you got like 10 years for any cocaine possession. As far as in the white people, it was like a year or something like that. So when I see Trump in the Oval Office and he hangs a picture of Ronald Reagan, his savior, that let me know that he's gonna attack black. You know what I'm saying? He gonna, just like Ronald Reagan did, he sit up there and he attacked black people through the war that he started, the war on drugs. You know what I'm saying? That was an open attack on black people because we were the most affected by that terrorism on our own people. So America has failed black people. I don't trust America. I don't put no hope in America. I don't put no hope in no politicians. All I can look for is God. But my people, y'all gotta understand, it's a reason why God chose Trump to be up there for his purpose, not for the purpose in which you think. God, he controls the affairs of men, and God, sometimes he pick a cruel, evil dictator. He does. But for every person that God's picked, it's a certain reason why he elected that person to be king or emperor or president or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it might be in the world. He picks who is the ruler. So as I look at Trump and his open attack on black people, that just let me know is back to war on our people all over again. It ain't stopped. It ain't gonna stop. I don't have no trust in America. America failed your people centuries ago, and they failing us all the way to this day.
Interrogating institutional racism, the horror. Imagine a museum in a country founded on slavery and segregation having the audacity to explore the history of racism. This museum is one of the most popular museums in America, receiving 1.6 million visitors last year alone. Trump claims his order is designed to restore the Smithsonian to its rightful place as a symbol of inspiration and American greatness.
So the guy who knows nothing about American history and thought that Frederick Douglass was alive just a few years ago thinks the only way we can celebrate American greatness is by whitewashing history and erasing the legacy of racism.
So what does this executive order do? Nothing! Yep, you heard it. It does absolutely nothing except to distract from his Signalgate scandal, stir outrage from black people, and convince his white MAGA supporters that he's sticking it to the colors. The order says the vice president, in consultation with a bunch of other people, shall work to effectuate Trump's goals through his role on the Smithsonian Board of Regents. All this does is tell J.D. Vance to be an asshole on the Board of Regents that governs the Smithsonian. There are 17 members on the board, including several prominent Democrats, and J.D. Vance is just one of them. So he has no authority to make this happen. The order also says the vice president and the OMB director shall...
Let me stop our older brother real quick. Now, did Trump not sit up there and when he was campaigning, he promised our people a black diamond program off, saying that he would spend like $1 trillion into black people building up black businesses and fixing our economy? Whatever happened to that? You know what I'm saying? This is his ticket that he ran on. He said that he would give us a Black Diamond program. He sit up there on this press conference and he told us every single thing that he was going to do for our people. Now he flipping the script and he's sitting up over there attacking us. This is why I say I don't have no trust and no faith in America. America has failed our people.
Work with Congress to try to stop funding from programs that divide Americans based on race. That could have been an email or a public group chat. All it does is tell J.D. Vance to try to get Congress to cut funding for black exhibits that Trump doesn't like. The order does not cut funding for this museum or any other museum in the Smithsonian, and Trump doesn't have the authority to do so anyway. For the National Museum of African American History behind me, it's important to remember that 46% of its $81 million budget comes from federal appropriations, but most of the funding comes from private donations and general trust funds. So even if Trump and Vance convince the Republican Congress to cut funding, we as Americans can make up the annual $37 million in potential lost funding from the government for a few years until we get rid of these clowns in the White House. But here's the kicker. The same executive order that purports to restore truth and sanity to American history instructs the
Big Brother,
Department
let me
of
stop you
Interior.
again. Let me stop you again. Now, I got to remind you what God told me. He's allowing these things to happen for y'all to come together as a people. I done told y'all several times. I'll tell you, I'm stepping out on the limb. You know what I'm saying? I'm stepping out on the limb telling y'all, just like I've been telling you, when is you going to take me serious and you going to open up your ears and open up your mind to what I'm saying to my people out there? God said to me that he is allowing that man to be in office to make y'all come together. You know what I'm saying? What's so hard from us coming together? It's gonna happen. Okay, that's what God said. So eventually, over a period of time, y'all can fight with it as much as you want. With the events that's gonna take place here in this country, it's gonna force all of us to come together. I didn't want to make this a long dried up speech or even a message, but we got to come together as one if we gonna be able to survive these next 4 years. And if you fight against it, it doesn't matter. It's still gonna happen. By him being in that office, we're going to come together as a nation like we should have did a long time ago. I understand that we are tribal people. We always had gangs, but we always had gangs with our family last names in our country where we was at, divided amongst our people. We are a very tribal people. We can come together as one. Go ahead, big brother. Go ahead, big brother.
To reinstate Confederate monuments that were removed during the Biden administration. Yes, they're eliminating black contributions to American history. At the same time, they're celebrating the most racist white contributions, slavery and Civil War. You see, the Biden administration removed an infamous Confederate memorial here at Arlington National Cemetery and renamed military bases that had been named after Confederate generals. For those who don't remember history, the Confederates were the bad guys in the Civil War who broke away from the United States to preserve slavery. Trump doesn't like them being portrayed as bad guys. So let's review here. Trump's executive order does nothing to the National Museum of African American History and Culture except get people talking about it, which means it's all a distraction from the scandal over the Yemen attack, which itself was a distraction from the economy, according to Pete Hegseth's text message on Signal. This guy is like the opposite of Commissioner Gordon turning on the bat signal in Gotham. Whenever Trump gets in trouble, he turns on the chat signal, and all of the racists in MAGA world come running to his defense.